Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream Friday. This never happened before. So you might have noticed how in the intro I tried to put the Friday over the Saturday just with some text that I typed in. I tried to get the timing right, but I just about missed it. So it said live stream Friday, Saturday. So, and everything is doing the Saturday thing because I don't have a live stream Friday graphic or anything, because we don't normally or ever do a live stream on a Friday night. But I'm technically away on business, and it's on my side project tomorrow, and means that I wouldn't be able to do the live stream on Saturday, hence why we're doing it on a Friday. But anyway, now getting tonight's live stream organized was a nightmare, purely because normally I start getting everything ready about an hour before, and I started that up, and then at 10:15 I get a call from my sister, and I thought, this is strange. My sister never calls me, but no, she does call me, but never at that time of night. And I thought, oh, here we go, is there a family emergency or something? But anyway, she said, I've just read in the Daily Mail, which is a national newspaper here, or at least the online version of it, Mail Online. She said, I've just seen somebody mentioning about, Celine Dion going to #1 with her live performance, and this person is reporting saying that it's slammed as being fake, online. And apparently, this person says there's an extraordinary row in France about this particular performance. And she just let me know that this national newspaper has reported and said a YouTube channel called Wings of Pegasus, or a YouTube musician or something, has done a video. And this is the problem. And I'm going to state this now exactly as it is reported, because it's really important. This is it. A YouTuber musician who uses the name Wings of Pegasus said the rehearsal and actual performance also sounded exactly the same. Something that is technically impossible, as there will always be variations between any two versions of a live song. So, that is incorrect. They obviously know that I've done something, but they don't know what I've done. I have proven that the original audio of the vocal existed before even the rehearsal, so it cannot have been live. So it's not me saying it sounded exactly the same. It was exactly the same. It was the same audio file. So this is the thing. And he's also referencing somebody who did a video on my video, who's a professional musician in France, and they said, yeah, what this guy's pointing out is exactly true, that it's the same audio file. But this person who's reported it was also saying having two performances that sound exactly the same is something that is technically impossible. That's incorrect. With great singers, you can have multiple performances that sound the same. They can sound identical. But then when you get into the analysis of analysing pitch every 100th of a second, the pitch graphs are going to be different. They can sound the same, but the pitch graphs will never match up throughout a performance. So this is the problem. And like I said, this is a national newspaper. So I don't know whether people, obviously if they watch my video, they'll then understand, oh, it's not somebody just saying it sounds the same. It's somebody proving that it is the same audio file. So yeah, it's a really important thing to get the details, especially if you're going to do a report in the national press. Make sure that you're at least saying what I did, because I'm just imagining, millions of Celine Dion fans, messaging me saying, oh, how dare you say that it was fake just because it sounded the same. I didn't say that. I've proven it objectively in a video. So yeah, we'll see if anything happens with that. But obviously, this is quite a big thing. So the fact that it's happened just before going live, it means that I didn't have time to set up, well, anything. I literally just turned on the sound when I started the live stream, turned on the microphone, and yeah, we'll see if everything works. Hopefully the camera's working and all that kind of stuff. So let's get the names of my patrons up on screen. First of all, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive shout out to you guys. You know who you are. And I always say, that they are the foundation of everything that I do, which is the truth. So thank you guys, as is everything on this channel. Don't get me dragged back into the truth. But I guess this is the problem. And let me just reference that last video that we did on Lenny Kravitz, where there was another hypothesis that somebody said, well, maybe, as unlikely as it might have been, maybe it could have been this. So then we redid the analysis video, taking that theory into consideration and using that as our hypothesis. But again, the objective data eventually shows that it's the same audio file, exactly the same thing that I showed in that Celine Dion performance. And once it's the same audio file, there's no coming back from that. So that's what Lenny was using in 2019 and also 2023. So it's the same vocal that's been recorded in the studio and made to sound live. And sadly, that seems to be the way that live music is going nowadays. That, you know, even 5 years ago, they were doing that. That they would go in the studio to specifically record a vocal to pretend it's live. And when I say about recording a vocal to pretend it's live, what I'm talking about is leaving in things like plosives on the microphone, or, you know, not quite getting rid of the S's as you might do with a studio produced track that you spend a lot of time on. So it's leaving in these little things, like imperfections of the recording process, but they are recording it in order to pretend that they're singing, so it has to sound live. So yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit weird to go into that kind of detail, but obviously it means that they then don't have to worry about having a bad vocal performance, because every vocal performance now until the end of time will be perfect, because I think so many people are now just opting for that. Just why sing live when you can record it in the studio and just mime along to it and never hit a wrong note or have a bad vocal performance for the rest of your life? Well, they don't tend to consider the fact that people are spending a lot of money to go and watch people live and not saying, oh, by the way, they're just miming along to a vocal that we recorded, 5+ years ago. So anyway, yeah, I think the more suggestions that are made, the more requests that are made, the more artists that we're going to find have been doing this for a very long time. But as you guys know, they are purely objective analysis videos, so whatever the objective data shows, it will prove the fact or the fiction of the particular matter that has been requested to take a look at. So anyway, I can see that there have been donations. Thank you guys for those. But as I always say, you don't have to donate. Just watching is great. But they are very much appreciated. I will get over into the PayPal window as well. And as for the likes goal tonight, I can see that Joe has sent me a track. So we do have a fill jam. So we can set the likes goal. I changed it to number 180 because that's what it is. We can have the likes goal set to a particular number, but I don't know what that number should be. So if you guys in the live chat room want to let me know what number we should be aiming for tonight for the jam, if we hit the lights goal, if this is your first live stream, if we hit the lights goal, then we will bust out the guitar and have a jam at the end of the live stream. So yeah, let me know which number. Alonso says 440. So that's what we're going to do. Let's type that in. 440 is the target for tonight. And I mean, that's probably right in the middle, I'd say. And because we've never done a live stream Friday, who knows how many people will watch or will not watch. So that's what we're going to be aiming for. Let's get the likeometer up on screen because we are currently at 290 likes. Right, we need a severe spike of the likes. If we can, I mean, actually 290 is not bad for what? A quarter of an hour into the live stream. But yeah, if we can get a spike of the lights going on, that would be very much appreciated. And it means we're looking for what? 143 more likes. That's the maths out of the way for tonight. Let me get that donations tab thing up on screen, just saying you don't have to donate, just watching is great. Maybe leave a thumbs up, introduce yourself into that live chat room. So I will just address a few donations in the super chat window, and it's Paul who donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, everyone have fun tonight, spike the likes, all y'all. Let's have a plug of the mug tonight and shout out to Orlando Rock. So thank you for that. And plug of the mug, there it is, as requested for by Paul. And I always forget to do all that stuff, marketing executives would be I was going to say rolling in their graves, but then they wouldn't be able to see it. But anyway, yeah, I never really focus on the merchandise, but there is merchandise if you guys want to get your hands on it. There's a tray underneath this video, but also a link in the description below to the spring.com store. So there we go. That's that out of the way. Thank you for that, Paul. Orlando has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, spike the likes. Hey, Paul, with a wave and lots of thumbs up. Oh, Tricia did video cosmetologist. Is Wings of Pegasus a full band or a solo project? So, basically, Wings of Pegasus is me. Yeah, I do everything, and it just encompasses everything that I do. So yeah, my original music, the cover videos, my analysis videos as well, the interviews that we have on the channel, all that kind of stuff is under the banner of Wings of Pegasus. If I'm playing live, then of course I need other people to play the instruments because I can't play them all at the same time. So yeah, and that's where some of the videos in the live streams, when you see me performing with other band members, and if you watch for a long time, actually, Chris and I are... Oh, Sweet Emotion is... When I say Chris, Chris Law, who I did Sweet Emotion with, that's one where we collaborated on a cover. He's in the performance videos as well, playing guitar and doing backing vocals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, for live, Wings of Pegasus is the band, but it's just me doing everything. So that's the thing to maybe try and, I don't know, get your head around. When I said about marketing and all that stuff, that's me. I'm not very good at that side of things. But yeah, recording, I self-produced my album, they're my songs, obviously. And yeah, the covers, I build those up from nothing. I don't use backing tracks. At least I create my backing track, so I don't take somebody else's backing track and then, you know, just sing over the top. I start with drums, then bass, then guitars, then vocals, then harmony vocals, and yeah, build up things like that. So that's what we will be looking at later. But if Sweet Emotion wins, then that is just me, Chris. Chris played a 12 string and I had a 6 string, and we just, yeah, did that performance, which we actually at the time, I think we did that a couple of times at some open mic nights as well. So yeah, like just going out to like a pub or yeah, generally they're in pubs here in the UK, the open mic nights where people get up with an acoustic guitar. And yeah, that's something that we used to do when we were playing Sweet Emotion. Just, yeah, to have a bit of fun with an Aerosmith classic. So anyway, thank you for that message, but also thank you for these donations. Orlando donated $2 and says, spike the likes. Hey, Paul, I think we got that far. And then Piano Dean donated $2, so thank you for that. And the message is, your voice reminds me a little of Nick Kershaw. So thank you for that. And yes, I know Nick's voice very well. My dad used to have a bit of Nick Kershaw going when I was younger. So yeah, a voice of my youth. So yeah, thank you for that, Piano Dean. Vicky's donated $5 as well, so thank you for that, Vicky. And the message is, it seems so odd watching you on a Saturday live here in Oz instead of Sunday morning. Rock on, Phil. Love your streams. So thank you for that. So yeah, we are at... Yeah, I have got it in the title, at least, on the live stream, saying we're going live on a Friday night, I think that says. I can only see a Friday and then N and then lots of dots. So we hopefully people get the idea, just because of which day it is, that it's not a Saturday night live stream. But yeah, this will take the place of tomorrow night's live stream. I don't know whether people will tune in tomorrow. I don't know what they'll tune into, because there won't be any notification for one, because it's happening tonight. So I will jump over to the PayPal window and see what's going on in there. So thank you, Nicole, for this donation of £10. And the message is, hello, Phil. Here's a scoop. This morning, we talked about your channel, Wings of Pegasus, on a French radio. The French speaker spoke about your analysis of Celine Dion at the Eiffel Tower. Your work is recognised now in France. Phil, I'm happy for your channel and for you. Of course, good weekend, Phil. Lots of love and cheers. So there you go. The proof's in the pudding. Not only has it been reported here in a national... I say in a national newspaper. I think It's just online, or at least that's what I've seen. I don't know whether it's actually going to make it to print or not, but there you go. Nicole is in France, and she's heard people talking on the radio about me and my analysis video, which is good, I guess. But again, I think it's important that people know the factual data that I'm dealing with, and it's not just somebody. I think some people have a view of YouTube as people just saying things that are outrageous or really controversial because they want to get views, and there's no real basis for what they're saying. So I think it is very important that people understand that I'm not a YouTuber in that kind of way. What I'm doing is totally objective, and yeah, I don't have anything against anyone. I'm just analysing videos, and we see exactly what is going on with each of the videos that is requested, and as that was one. Anyway, thank you for that, Nicole. And Gabriella, or Alenki Gabriella, has donated, and oh, it might be a request. It's a money request, so unfortunately I cannot fulfill that request. But thank you anyway for getting in touch. And oh, the note says half success. I don't know what that means. But anyway, thank you for that request. And Sue has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And the message is, hi, Phil. Was the title of the recent Lenny Kravitz video, Uh-oh, Not Lenny, an intentional homage to The Simpsons? Sounds like a line from season 11, episode 6. Happy weekend, Sue. So, no, it wasn't. It was literally me going, uh-oh, not Lenny. I did get a message from somebody saying they read it as Lemmy. And, you know, they were about to, you know, have a heart attack or something, thinking that Lemmy was lip-syncing. Can you imagine anything? I mean, then the world would implode if that were the case. That, you know, going back through history, but yeah, it definitely wasn't the case. But yeah, thank you for that, Sue. It wasn't. It was just me saying it. I don't know The Simpsons that well well, I say that, but I mean, dull is the Homer Simpson thing that everyone used to say that. They don't say it anymore. But when something goes wrong, they go dull like that. Bart used to say eat my shorts sometimes. I don't think it sounds quite as good with an English accent. But anyway, thank you for that, Sue. And Lisa W has donated £10. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, hi, Phil. Thank you for coming here and doing a Friday live stream. It has become the highlight of my week to hear a good Phil jam, and I might feel lost without one. You're the best. Please enjoy your well-deserved time off. So thank you for that. So, oh yeah, to give you guys, let me skip this advert. So to give you guys a quick outline of what's happening Sunday, absolutely bog standard Sunday here. I'm going to make a video, release that same time as usual, 8 p.m. British summertime. Clocks, I'm sure, are going to be changing at some point, maybe at the end of the month. But anyway, normal video Sunday. Tuesday, I'm going to take the advice of my patrons and not have a live stream then, because yeah, I'm going to use that time to try and catch up with things and also organise things with my side project. Wednesday will be another video, normal day on Wednesday. Friday, now this is going to be interesting, because what I might try and do on Friday is the second ever live stream Friday, but because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back here to do it. So this might be one of those rarest of things, like when I live streamed from the Billy Idol performance when I was invited down there by Steve Stevens. I did a live stream just with my phone. So I think I can have my laptop with me. So what I might try and do is a live stream. Obviously it's going to be a lot more relaxed, but if I can take my laptop, I might be able to get this software installed on it, and we can have a live stream Friday next week, because I can't do Saturday, by the way. That's why I'm going to be doing another Friday. And I might be able to get it all running on my laptop. I'm not sure what the camera quality is like, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it back to this room, but wherever I am, I might be able to find somewhere to just get a laptop, or get my laptop on a table or a desk, and we'll see what happens. Could be fun, could be a disaster. Obviously there'll be no fill jam because yeah, I won't have the sound set up in order to do that, and I won't have a guitar with me, but yeah, we will see what happens next week. As always, I'll let you guys know over on Patreon, and I didn't do an update on Patreon last night just because everything is so super mental at the moment that when I was thinking, oh, I haven't done my update for Patreon, it was 6 a.m. and I thought, okay, I need to get some sleep. So yeah, that's why. And then I thought, well, I'm going to be live streaming tonight anyway, so if anybody panics about not getting an update, then I can just address it here, which I'm doing now. So there you go. But for next week, I'll let you guys know. But I'm going to say now, I'm going to commit to try and do a live stream on Friday. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on Wi-Fi signal, all that kind of stuff. So I'll let you guys know during next week whether it looks like I might be able to do it or not, but I'm going to say let's try and do one next Friday wherever I may be. So yeah, I can make sure I have my laptop on me and get figuring out how to get this software onto it. I mean, it because I've got a Mac laptop thing. What's it called? I think it might be a MacBook Pro. It's actually quite a fancy thing. I mean, it's really small, but it should be able to run this software. So yeah, we will see. Anyway, as you guys know, over on Patreon, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So yeah, thank you, Lisa W, for that £10 donation. And Denise has donated £50 as well. Thank you for that, Denise. And that is a straight up donation without a message. And Connie has donated £10. So thank you for that, Connie. And the message is, hi, Phil. I hope people don't misquote you in the news. Yeah, me too. But I guess that's something that happens all the time. On another subject, do you have a hack for making pics less slippery? Thanks, peace, love, and rock. Connie. So thank you for that. And I was asked this before. I don't know whether it's during a live stream or maybe through an email. But somebody asked me, have I ever dropped a pic live? And I was trying to think. And I don't think I've ever dropped a pic live. But I know that if I did, then I'd use my first fingernail. Because that's something that I used to do when I was learning to play and I didn't have a pick. I just did that. The only thing is that more often than not you get a pinched harmonic sound because the skin hits the string straight after the nail, so therefore stops it from vibrating. You get the harmonic. So yeah, getting back to the point, I think just making sure your picks are of, even though I have ones that are effectively like a gloss finish, but I also have ones that are like a matte finish. So obviously the more glossy ones are going to be more difficult to keep hold of. So yeah, you're just going to find a pick that doesn't slip out of your hand. But I would say it's just practice. And I don't have any reason as to why I've never dropped one. But I'm going to just reach over here and grab this. Right, so in here we have, I mean, this is, I'd say more of a matte finish pick here. So yeah, this one isn't going to slip out of my fingers very much. This one again, a bit of a, so maybe I just subconsciously always go for ones that, yeah, just a more of a matte finish rather than having a shine to them. Having said that, let's looking through some of these picks. I don't know whether you can see this, but I mean, what you should have, that should be a point, but you can actually see it's gone white as well. So that is so worn down. It should say rock picks, but it now says OC. So there you go. That's one that's been with me for a while with a lot of alternate picking, and it is 1 millimeter in thickness. So that would have done a lot of alternate picking at some point for many years. So yeah. Actually, this says OC pick it should say rock picks. So the S, so obviously when it's kind of turned around in my hand, the S, I've kind of worn that down as well. So anyway, yeah, top tip is, yeah, go for a matte finish pick if you can. If you don't have that, then I don't know, because yeah, maybe sometimes when you are playing, and especially if you're in a venue when it's really hot and the lights are about 5 centimeters from your face, then you can sweat a lot, and yeah, it can make that pick a little bit more slippery. So yeah, I'm not sure really. I don't have any hack in order for you to hold on to your pick, other than, I guess, practicing with your grip and changing between having a lighter hold on the pick and then a lot firmer grip on the pick. So when I don't know what techniques you might be playing or using, but when you're alternate picking, for example, that's something where, well, I do, but I think most players do, grip the pick even more strongly than you normally would, because you don't want the pick to move now. You want to have total control of that motion going across that string. You want to have a very kind of limited movement across the string, so that when you're going da 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 like that, picking the string, and this is the pick hitting that string, you don't want it to kind of be wobbling over and being unpredictable in its movement. So you want to hold it a little bit tighter. But then if you are playing some soft rhythm guitar, for example, then you want to just practice getting that dynamic change of having a really light hold on that pick, light grip, and see at what point you then either get the pick rotating in your hand or you might drop it. So then at least you get a bit of an understanding of the pressure. I guess that's maybe something that I've always used thick picks, or relatively thick picks, for even soft playing, just by lightening up my grip. So I guess it's just a kinesthetic feedback thing. Is that something that exists? Is that a word I've just made up? But being able to feel the pick and how lightly you can hold it without the strings knocking it out of your hand effectively. But anyway, thank you for that, Connie. That's what I would suggest. So first of all, I'm just moving my chair because I don't know whether I'm zoomed in or not, or whether I'm zoomed out. Let me see if I'm zoomed in or out. But anyway, when I moved forward, obviously I smacked into the desk, and thankfully everything didn't collapse. Right. Oh, I'm zoomed out. That's why. I thought, I look a little bit small on the screen. So I wasn't going crazy. That was actually factual. Right. Let's get into that super chat donations window. Thank you, guys, for these, because Orlando's donated another $5. So thank you for that. Orlando, the message is, have you ever participated in a Battle of the Bands? So thank you for that. And not only have I participated in a Battle of the Bands, I've participated in the UK's biggest, I don't know, they've probably changed the band name now, but the biggest unsigned band competition in the UK, which was called Unsigned Surface Festival. I think it was called that. Don't quote me on that, but that was way back in 2010 maybe. 2011, something like that. So anyway, yes, we were in the biggest Battle of the Bands that there is, and I think there was something like 10,000 bands, maybe more than that, from all over the place. And out of all the bands, all of those, we finished third. Wings of Pegasus finished third, and the final was at the O2 in London, which was convenient for me and us because we're just outside London, but it meant that people had to travel for miles away to get to the final. So yeah, that was convenient, but we finished third in the end, which was pretty good. And then we went on kind of mini UK tour that happened after that. So there's a tour bus and all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool to get an experience of that, but get used to kind of sleeping on a tour bus. And we were actually on a tour bus with the bands that finished first and second. So they were 3 bands, and the band that won were all guys, and the band that came second were all guys, and then they were just us, Wings of Pegasus, and we were all guys. So it's not quite as much carnage as you'd think, because certainly what I found from that is, yeah, getting sleep and going from one venue to the next venue and making sure that, yeah, you could still sing at the next show, which was a very important thing. But anyway, yeah, so that was called Surface Unsigned Festival, I do believe. Yeah, and we finished third out of many, many bands, which was good. But anyway, thank you for that, Orlando. And Craig JB has donated $7.99, so thank you for that, Craig. And this is, what is it, a lemon person now, or is it lemon person with a pear person who might be on the floor, because it looks like we've got two things waving. So there you go, Craig JB and lemon person and pear person, thank you for the donation and for the waves. Right, we are going to be jumping into the PayPal window. Somebody's just popped in there, and it is Vera, who has donated £7.34. Thank you for that, Vera. The message is, oh, Phil, speaking of Patreon, I couldn't get into my account there today. I had to resubscribe all over again. I lost all of the direct messages from 12 months ago forward, so I am once again a new subscriber, and I have no earthly idea why. I just kept getting a message from Patreon that I could subscribe. Wishing you a great week doing what you are doing. That is secret. Big hugs, Vera. So thank you for that, Vera. And I don't know whether this is the same case that I had on Twitter earlier. This reporter, I saw that he was on Twitter, and I say Twitter, X as it's called now, but I don't really use X, and I think since it was taken over by the billionaire guy, I think it's just massively dropped with its worth and the amount of people watching it. But anyway, I went on X just to send a tweet or an X, I don't know what they're called now, but anyway, just send him a tweet, I'm going to call it, saying that with my video, I didn't say that it was just sounding the same. I'm providing objective data that proves it is actually the same audio file. So, yeah, I went on there in order to do that. But when I went on there, it asked me to log in. And it said, do you want to log in with? And it gave me an email address, which is, I think, my Gmail email address. So, I did that. And then I typed in a password. And then it went through to the account. So what it had done is now set up a new account, because it was something like, Wings of Pegasus 1075 or something stupid. So it had then created this new account. But no, I wanted to go to my Wings of Pegasus, the official account. So then I logged out and then went into my official one. So I don't know whether it does that on Patreon, that if you accidentally maybe put in a wrong email, it might set up another account for you, and then you might think, oh well, I'm in the same one, but it might be a totally different one. So yeah, I can only speak from my experience on X, just literally a little bit earlier today after this whole Daily Mail thing. But yeah, I don't know why it would suddenly stop on Patreon, unless it's something to do with the the pledge or the money stopping or not going through, or maybe there's a problem with accounts or something, I don't know. So I don't have an answer for that, but thank you, Vera, for that message and for letting me know. And oh yeah, so just in case people don't know, I'm working on a side project at the moment, which is something that I can't say a lot about. I mean, I've kind of hinted towards what it is about, but it means that I have to work on things at the same time as doing everything on YouTube and the analysis videos, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm working at that, and it just means that I have to be out and about a little bit more than I normally would be, because normally I'd just be here live streaming, doing videos. But now I've got this side project that I will let you guys know what it's all about, I don't know, in the relatively near future. But I know that the thing is, with this side project that I'm organising, as soon as it goes live, I feel like if it is something that is actually, spread out there a little bit, if you guys spread the word about it, it could be something that maybe, potentially, could have the desired effect that I hope it will have. But even if nothing happens with it, I'm still kind of going to do it. But the effect that it might have on the whole music industry. And this is why it takes a long time for me to organize all of this, because I think that if I do it correctly, if I do it right and then launch and everything's absolutely, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and all that stuff, if I do that, then it could potentially be something that, could be applied music industry wide that would just change. I think it would change something that a lot of people have a problem with, which is just artists being honest about what they're doing. And anyway, that's what I'm working on at the moment. And as for when that can launch or will launch, I don't know, because at the moment there isn't a launch date, but the more I think about it, the more I think, well, should I have a launch date? So then I've got to make sure everything's done by that date. But with this particular thing that I'm doing, there are legal aspects to it as well. So everything that I'm doing is absolutely legally 100%, I's, T's crossed and I's dotted. Is that what I said? But just covering all the angles. So as soon as I can say anything or I feel confident that I can mention it, then I'll probably do that over on Patreon first, but I'll do a video here on YouTube as well. So anyway, thank you for the donations. And Franco says never set a date, so thank you for that. I think sometimes setting a date helps with music and getting your album done by a particular time. Otherwise, you could spend the rest of your life doing your songs and you never complete them. So I do think it's good on that side sometimes. But for this kind of thing, it might more be the case that there are a couple of things that I want to have in place before I actually launch. And one of those things I wasn't going to do, or I didn't think of doing beforehand, in terms of having a video that you see when you arrive at the particular website that explains everything in a concise manner that's understandable. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. Of course, putting videos together takes ages. So there's that thing, and there's another thing that I want to try and get on the website that I think would really give everything a lot of credibility, and I'm kind of going to work on that as well. So I definitely won't be launching before those things are in place. So right, we are at 1:45 here in the UK on a Friday night, and I can see that we're about to get to 500 likes, which means that we are going to be having a live stream Friday Phil Jam at the end of tonight's live stream. So yes, look out for that. Now I can see that Sweet Emotion has 54% of the votes. We'll be jumping into that relatively soon. And Sue has just popped into that super chat window. So thank you for that, Sue. And the message is, there's a $9.99 donation. First of all, thank you for that. And the message is, when you're finally able to share the info about your side project, you've got an army of wingers here to lend our support. So thank you for that. And what I'm thinking is, the more people that watch my videos and maybe understand what I'm doing, and it's totally objective, and I'm just providing data and proof about performances that I'm looking at, I think for what I'm doing, it's quite good to have, for example, a national newspaper that is willing to reference what I'm doing. So it does give it a level of credibility, which means that as and when I launch, I've got everything that I'm doing now is going to be backing up what I'm doing, so that people might say, oh, this particular thing that's just launched, I see what they're trying to do, but how do we know what they're doing is accurate, or it is the truth, or they're just making stuff up? And then I can say, well, because it's me, I'm doing all of this, I'm going to be the person behind everything that's going on with this particular project. So I think all of this stuff does help for people to get a bit of background on what I do, but also to have all of the videos. And there have been some quite high profile ones with that Celine Dion one, but the Eagles performances that I looked at as well, and the vocal coach thing that I looked at recently, which I think especially that, for some reason, I don't know why, actually I know why, but it just comes down to honesty. That's why people start making their own videos. And there have been too many, and I know, thank you to everyone who's linking me to all of these other videos that are being made and referencing my analysis. And, it is great when they give my channel a shout out so that people can check out the objective analysis that I did. But yeah, there are so many other videos that I can't keep track. I don't really watch other YouTube channels, so I'm too busy with everything that I'm doing here. But yeah, to those channels that have featured my video and mentioned it, thank you for giving me that reference and mentioning Wings of Pegasus and my name and all that kind of stuff. I have seen a few of the videos, and I saw one that was a podcast of three guys that I think maybe watched my first video and then they watched the second video. But I noticed that at the end of their second video, they were watching the bit where the vocal coach isn't really playing the guitar, but they didn't watch the video as far as when I point out that the very note he's playing on his guitar doesn't exist on his guitar. So they didn't quite make it that far. But yeah, that was three guys. I can't remember the name of the podcast. But yeah, other people then doing like collaborations on it and, talking about the whole scenario. And I think really it just boils down to the reason that something like that, goes viral, or I don't know what you call it, whether it's, I don't know, some kind of controversy, or people grab a particular topic and loads of channels now pass it around. I guess the thing is about this is that I made a video that was, somebody says, Pro Mr. Frazier says, Three Guys Podcast. So yeah, maybe that's the name of the podcast. So thank you if that is the name of the channel. So yeah, I think the thing about this and why it's different is you might get something that a lot of people pick up on and it might go viral, but it's, either circumstantial or it's a rumor, and maybe it just might be somebody's subjective opinion on something, and then people are arguing about it, and that kind of thing gets thrown around the internet all the time. But I think the difference here is it has started with objective fact, and that objective fact has been denied. So that's why it's exploded, because you can't really go anywhere from there, because obviously people that are professionals, and I have seen some channels who are music professionals and producers who have been in the game for 30 or 40 years and own their own studios and are known in the industry, in the music industry, and I've spoken to very well-known singers as well. And for this topic to be spread so widely, it is just purely because it is objective fact that has then been denied, and of course people are going to jump on that. And yeah, I did say my last video was going to be the last, and it was. That's the last one I'm doing on that topic, and I know that a lot of people have followed up with that. So I haven't really kept up to date with any developments on that and whether any other videos have been made now, maybe admitting to the thing that was an objective fact that was pointed out. I don't know. I'm not keeping track of it. But I just did an objective analysis video. And when people, come onto my channel and start calling me a liar or this kind of stuff, I always will defend myself, because to me, artistic integrity and the integrity of what I do is the most important thing. So I will defend myself and say what I'm saying is entirely true. And that particular vocal coach was linking people to a video with me in it, so I was part of that conversation now. So that's why I addressed it and also pointed out those guitar issues on the channel, on his channel. But anyway, moving on, we are going to be jumping into, hang on, somebody I think just said what the podcast was, and the name was Who Are These Podcasts? So thank you for that, Cindy. And I don't know if that's the same. I think maybe there might be lots of podcasts that have done different things on it, so I don't know if that's the same as the other one. But Morgana says the channel is called Who Are These Podcasts? So that's the same as what Cindy said. So thank you for that, just for clarifying the particular podcast. Right, let's jump into tonight's cover video, which features Chris Law, who I was chatting with actually the other day over on Instagram. So yeah, it's great to catch up with him. But here you can see himself and myself doing our attempt, or our version maybe, of Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. Now, because everything was absolutely crazy trying to set this up, and that thing kicking off with the Daily Mail just before I went live, I'm going to have to try and find this cover video in the list of cover videos, of which there are 35. So I'm going to try and find this, even though, there we go, I found it. I did put them in alphabetical order, so at least I can get the songs a little bit closer together. Right, this is our version of Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. I hope. Oh, and by the way, Chris has joined an Aerosmith cover band, so yeah, he will be doing, and he's got a wig as well, so he's kind of doing the whole cover band thing, and yeah, doing the Steven Tyler thing. So yeah, Chris is supplying the vocals in an Aerosmith tribute band. But anyway, I get sidetracked. This is at least myself and himself doing our version of Sweet Emotion. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
1, 2, 3, 4.
And there we have it. That was Chris Law and I with our version of Sweet Emotion. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And thank you for voting for that one tonight as the cover video, because I set that one up a little bit late, as you could probably tell. Usually I had the vote going before we start the live stream, but we got there in the end, and I didn't even end the poll before starting the cover video. So it did have, 55% of the vote. So we did choose the right one in the end. So where are we at? Right, 4 minutes to midnight. So we will have to have a look. Okay, 5 minutes 14 is the backing track for the Phil Jam tonight. And it means we've probably got a little bit of time for something else. So what shall we do for 5 minutes? We can either have maybe a riff of the week, even though I haven't set up any of that. I'd have to do it literally as we talk. So either a riff of the week, of which I think there's probably only about 20 left out of 100. So we're going to be very lucky picking a number that hasn't been done before. Or a fill tune. That's also something we can take a look at. So, Joseph says troll, question mark. And I don't think I have anything for Troll Corner, unfortunately. I think more recently, maybe people have got distracted with everything, or maybe going on other people's channels. Yeah, and not on mine. So I'm not. At least I don't have any troll comments off the top of my head. But then again, sometimes that's a good thing because it means I can just focus on what I'm doing and get organised. I think especially when I'm working on my side project, then I don't really have time to look through what the trolls are talking about. So no troll corner for tonight. But let me have a look. We have some request or Singing Way says riff fill tune. I think last time we had an extra 5 minutes. We had a fill tune. So let's try and see. And Laura has sent me the riffs. So she's always on the ball and sends me, even though we don't have a riff of the week, I mean, hardly ever now, but she sent me a message to let me know which ones have not been selected yet. So, right, what I need from you guys is a number between 1 and 100 for the riff of the week to see which one we are going to listen to. Now, while you do that in the comment section, I'm going to go to my channel and see if I can navigate to the right place. Here we are. Oh, I tell you what I haven't done. I haven't even set up the screen grab. So this is going to be an absolute disaster. Let me grab this. Right. First of all, let's get the number. It's going through too quickly. So just I'm sure I saw, I don't know. I can't say that I saw 69, but I might have. I might not have. 65, 67, 60, or 67. No, we've had 67. That was... it's gone through too quickly. 62, PM112. 62, we have had 23, Dan Owen. 23. We've had number 23. We're going to have to get lucky here in order to choose one. Steven says 69 is always the right number. Well, 69 hasn't been chosen yet, so we're going to choose that one. So, thank you for that. We are going to be searching for it. First of all, riff of the week. I'm literally writing an email to Laura in reply to the riff of the week with riff of the week. So that's going to save it as a draft now. Great. Right, so let me go to YouTube and type in riff of the week 69. And click on this. Click on this. Click on that. Okay, right. I'm literally setting up the screen capture as we speak. So let's see where this displays. Background picture, check. Oh, it's off to the right-hand side, which isn't too bad. It means I can grab it if I can find where it is. Here it is. Right. There we go. Right. So we're listening to this. I want the name of the song that this particular riff comes from. You can give me the name of the band if you want as well, but let's have a listen. And hopefully I'll be able to hear this as well. And there we have it. So I think, I can see. I mean, this was an easy one. The live chat room is going crazy with guesses, but let me find out which one was the first one to get it. Right, let me scroll down here. Okay. Pam K36 said school's out. And I think Pam got it first. Let me just check above that. And by the way, everybody's comments on YouTube sometimes show in different orders. So the first person to get it is the first person on my screen. So it is Yeah, Pam K36, who said school's out. You got it very quickly. Cindy says school's out. Selena said school's out. Sue said school's out. And June said tools out. Lucy said school's out. And then we had loads of schools out after that. So yes, indeed. Congratulations to everybody that got it, but also, yeah, to Pam, who was the first to get it, at least on my screen. So you don't win anything apart from just having guessed it first. So congratulations. And that's another one that is now out of the list. So there aren't too many left. So we would have got through all 100 on live streams. Right, anyway, let's now... Okay, 2 minutes past midnight. And the backing track is, what, 5 minutes and 14. I'm going to have to do some maths here. Have we got... I think the fill tune's about 5 minutes, so it means we're going to go over. If we watch one of those, and yeah, I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly look through the videos. Oh, I don't even know if this is going to work. I'm going to randomly look through the videos and see if I can find something that I've uploaded in the past that we can just take a look at that's only going to be a few minutes in length. I tell you what, there's my Oblivion cover of the computer game, and I mean that's only a few minutes long. We might just have a listen to that just to fill some time, because it's not enough time to have a fill tune, but it's probably just enough time to. Anyway, we're going to listen to this. It's from a computer game called Oblivion, my version of this theme. Hope you like it. See you after. Rock. And there we have it. Hopefully I didn't cut that off too quickly. But yeah, that was my version of the theme from Oblivion, a computer game that I spent a lot of time playing when I was younger. When I say when I was younger, probably when I was 17 or 18, something like that. So not that I was a kid. Yeah, but I did play that game a lot. It's one of those games that, yeah, was a little bit addictive, and yeah, spent many hours on it. But anyway, we are going to be jumping into tonight's Phil Jam. So, I think we are a little bit ahead of schedule here. Now, the only problem is that there's a picture of a Strat. Oh, Joe says gem, but the Strat is plugged in, so we're going to have a go at this. And let me check this is working. Okay, microphone on. This zoom out. This so I can actually reach it. And this is the other thing that sometimes when I'm doing a fill jam, I'm using this Go pedal 4. I'm using the pedal, and because it's like on carpet, it slides all over the place. So then again, I guess it would slide worse on a hard floor. So I should be thankful that it is carpet, but it still moves a lot, and sometimes I'm trying to actually get access to it while playing, so it's very off-putting. But anyway, this is... let me click on the link. Oh, almost straight in there. This is... this is not... and this is why Joe said about using the gem, but I'm going to stick with the Strat because at least it's going to make it unique. This is a neoclassical / symphonic metal backing track in A minor, and a little line. This is BT-211, and that stands for backing track. And this comes from N&M Creation, the YouTube channel, so you guys can check this out if you want to. I'm just looking at the top because, not that I'm going to kind of be looking at that while I'm playing, but it's too small to kind of make anything out on it anyway. But I can see at the top, I think it says BPM 210. So this is not going to be, a ballad, certainly. Right, so let me know what the levels are like. Okay, right, I can hear that. Let me see if I can hear the backing track. So let me know in the comment section. Oh, by the way, we had another donation that came through from Diamond Girl for $3. So thank you for that, with some rock horns. Orlando donated $5 just now and says, may all affected by Hurricane Helene in Florida get back on track soon. God bless. So yes, I think everyone wishes that for those people. Florida has been absolutely, from what I can see on the news, absolutely destroyed. And yeah, the amount of rebuilding and people losing their houses, an absolute nightmare. So thank you for that, Orlando. Just quickly over on PayPal, there's another donation that came through there. Angela donated £18.34. Thank you for that, Angela. The message is, hi Phil, do you consider yourself approachable? Meaning, if you were recognised on the street and someone wanted to talk to you, would you take the time to chat with them or not? So thank you for that. And I mean, it has happened that I have been recognised out and about, and I got recognised by a delivery person who opened the door and saw that it was me, and they said, oh, you do the videos on YouTube? And I said, I know. But I if somebody wants to talk to me, then I've got no problem with talking to them in the real world. So thank you for that, Angela. Right, I am going to be jumping into this. Let's see what the damage is with this neoclassical symphonic metal backing track on a Strat. Wow. Can you hear this? To make sure that I'm getting these changes. was the ending. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, I was hoping the ending would go on a little bit longer, then I could finish it with the chord at the end, which technically should have been an A minor. Just did an A5, still counts. Right, so there we have it. What was all that about? That was, I'll tell you what it was. It was neoclassical symphonic metal backing track in A minor BT 211 from N and M Creation on a Strat. So there you go. I'll put that over there, and obviously wreck everything as I put that on the wall. So yeah, thank you, Joe, for sending that my way. Interesting one for the Friday night Phil Jam. There we have it. So I'm going to be here with another video on Sunday night, so that's 2 nights time, and I'm going to be live streaming again next Friday. I'm going to be aiming for that, but look out for the video on Wednesday night as well, because I'll release a video on Wednesday as normal. So next week will be a Wednesday video and a Sunday video after the live stream. So basically the same as this week without the Tuesday live stream. Anyway, yes, thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, we're up to date with everything. So yeah, if you guys can join me on Sunday for that video, that would be great. I always aim to release them at about 8 o'clock in the evening, here where I am, which is British summertime. So yeah, look out for that one. Right, all that's left for me to say is, and this will be the first time that I'm saying it, have a fantastic weekend. Not even the rest of the weekend. So have a great Saturday and a Sunday. And all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!